I know you're somewhat a wrestling fan, right?
I am a wrestling fan. Yes, Michael Martineau.
I want to bring something up that happened yesterday.
Oh, what happened?
You know Jim Cornette?
Yes, Jim Cornette. I listen to his podcast occasionally, the Jim Cornette Experience. Because what I like about Jim Cornette, not only does he have decades of experience in the wrestling business, but he also talks about politics on his show too. And he's very, very funny.
Yeah, so the NWA recently is having a comeback. So they have a online series called NWA Power every Tuesday. They release it 6 o'clock at night, and he had to resign because of a comment he made on air during the show.
Before you go any further, Michael, we should just clarify for people. So the NWA is the National Wrestling Alliance.
Yes.
An organization that goes back, I think, more than 100 years at this point, probably. They've had a bit of a resurgence. They have a show that airs strictly on YouTube.
Yep.
Called NWA Power.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled with multiple R's at the end. And it's the promotion that was purchased by Billy Corgan recently. Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins now owns the NWA.
Yeah, so the first match on the show last night was a non-title match between the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis, who was formerly Magnus in TNA.
In TNA, yes.
So basically,
and he's married to Mickie James, by the way, who currently is in WWE.
Yeah, and Trevor Murdoch, who used to be in WWE. So Cornette had to. So during the match last night, Cornette made a comment, and he had to resign afterward because he was trying to please Murdoch, who's been a veteran of the wrestling industry for 20.
Yeah, he was in WWE for a while.
Yeah. So it was a non-title match, and then Murdoch, Cornette was trying to praise Murdoch for his toughness, and then he went super racer on it. Do you want to hear what the comment is?
Yeah, you can tell us what he said. And just to be clear, this is Michael's going to tell us what Jim Cornette said during commentary during the match. It's not Michael saying it. It's Michael telling us what Cornette said.
He's the only man I've ever known that can strap a bucket of fried chicken on his back and ride a motor scooter across Ethiopia.
Right. And people, so from what I understand, because I did see this, and I just got the Facebook Live video back up. Sorry about that, everybody. The system here froze up is what happened, so I had to reboot it. From what I understand, the NWA actually they ended up taking down the video because this show that they're doing that's on YouTube, it's an hour every week, and they took it down, and they're editing out Cornette's comments, and then I assume they will, if they haven't already, they'll be putting it back up.
Yeah, because I listened to late last night, so I'm gonna guess another call on your phone again.
No, just somebody commenting. Mike Pelopita joins us in the Facebook Live chat. Hello, Mike. Yeah, so I'm sorry. Did you say what did you just say? I got distracted by the Facebook thing.
I thought you were getting a phone call on your phone.
No, but before that, did you say did they already put the video back up, or are they still?
Yeah, or because they have it scheduled for every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. So I heard it got taken down. Then they put it back up because it was 8 minutes into the showtime that he said the comment. So
now, have you watched the show? By the way, have you watched any of this? I don't mean that episode specifically, but just general. Have you watched?
Yeah, I try to watch it. It's a interesting product for it is going to resurge. kind of, and they're going back to the old school field of doing it in the TV studio, and it's a pretty nice comment. They've got some good characters in there and some good names that you'll recognize. So it's
but the appeal of the show, and I've only watched a little bit because I've just been so busy. I haven't even been keeping up on the normal wrestling shows that I watch, because I like to watch NXT, and I like 205 Live.
Yeah, I was at Monday Night Raw in Boston on Monday night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But because I do want to hear about it, but I did watch a little bit because I got curious. Oh boy.
How long did you get this cough over? It's been like 3 weeks.
No, it's been about 6 years now I've been coughing. But it can't be anything terminal or it would have killed me by now. So, no, I did watch a little bit of it. And, no, it's very well done. If you like, hello to Archie Frangutis, who rejoins us on Facebook. If you like the old school wrestling, kind of like when I grew up, when I was growing up in the 80s, it kind of reminds me of that. But it's very well done. It's not cheesy or hokey or anything, but it's just done in kind of that old school style. They even have like a cheesy, 80s rock song for a theme, and it's pretty cool.
Into the Fire by Dawkins.
Yes, Into the Fire by Dawkins. Yeah, geez, maybe I'll play that at the end of today's show. But so that's kind of fun. So no, but it is very well done, and that's been the appeal. The response to it online, I know, has been very positive because people really like it. That it's got this old school vibe, but it doesn't look. I mean, it looks modern and everything. And they've obviously put some money into it. Billy Corgan has put some money into it and so forth. And you may have other investors. I don't know. But yeah, so the Jim Cornette comment, now, has he addressed, do you know if he's addressed the comment other than he's now resigned?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Well, here's what's so interesting about it to me. And by the way, Cornette, if you listen to his podcast, and like I said, it's called the Jim Cornette Experience, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it much lately, but I really enjoy it because they not only do they talk about wrestling, and I'm a wrestling fan, since I was probably 12 years old, but he also talks a lot about politics. And boy, I'll tell you, if you want to hear someone really eviscerate Trump, Cornette is brutal on the guy. But Cornette, he's very liberal, and here's my theory. I wonder, because I don't think he would say anything racist. Hello to Jenny, who rejoins us in the Facebook live chat. I don't think he would say anything racist just because, for one thing, from listening to his podcast, I know how he feels about racism. So when he made the comment about, Trevor Murdoch, he could strap fried chicken on his back and walk through Ethiopia.
Or ride a bike through Ethiopia, because Murdoch is a tough competitor all his life, and he's trying to make a comeback into the NWA. So it's.
Now, yeah, and he's kind of a redneck. Well, at least in WWE, he was kind of a redneck character. I don't know if that's what he is in.
Or he's from Texas, so.
Well, not everyone from Texas. Michael, are you saying that everyone from Texas is a redneck? Uh-oh, you're gonna have to resign now. You've said you racist. No, I'm kidding.
No. I'm holding back on that comment because my. Meme lives in Texas, and
oh my goodness! Wait, your meme lives in Texas, and you just said something. You just said something racist about your own meme. Oh my God. Boy, I thought Easy G had some terrible scandals over the years on these programs, but you, sir, you have stepped in it. And you know what? You've stepped in a big Texas cow pie. Is that what they call that, or cow patty? No, cow pie. That's not. Cow pie, it's not cow pie, it's cow patty. That's what I meant to say. Cow pie is something else. Cow pie is what, now when I was a kid, my mother, have you ever had shepherd's pie?
Yes.
Well, my mother, she would make it with ground beef, so she called it cow pie because it's from a cow. That's what I meant. That's why I was thinking about that. Do you have anything racist you'd like to say about your mother, or just your just your meme? Would you like to publicly apologize for your comments? I think you should.
I'm sorry about the comment I made about rednecks in Texas. That's my fault.
Yeah, that was your fault, Michael. Because here's the thing. Here's why I think it's a good idea to apologize. Someday, if you decide to run for public office, and I'm thinking specifically, let's say you decide to run for president, you can't win without Texas. But actually, that's not true. Why am I saying that? Because if that were true, then no Democrat would ever win the presidency. You can win without Texas, Michael, but you might not want to have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might need those Texans.
Yes.
So, and let's be honest. I mean, not everyone. I mean, maybe most of them. Beto O'Rourke is clearly not a redneck. He's very well spoken, which is not to say that most Texans aren't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying what Michael Martineau said. I wouldn't sign on to that comment. My goodness. Well, I hope you, now are you going to call her to apologize? Because she probably listens to the show.
I don't think she does, but I'll probably hear it from my dad, probably.
Oh, Michael, I just received a text message from her. She says her feelings are very hurt.
She doesn't have your number.
Well, she has I give the number out on the show. She's,
Baby said she's not on Facebook that often.
You just stream it online, Plus I forgot to tell you. So what city does she live in?
She's in the Fort Worth, Dallas area.
Right. I forgot to mention, and there was a big announcement too. I was supposed to say it at the top of the show. I totally forgot. We've been syndicated to Dallas, Fort Worth. We're on a big station there. It's KCOW. We're on KCOW in Dallas, Fort Worth. And the show runs on a loop. So we're live there during this 2-hour block, and then the show just replays over and over on KCOW in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Come on, phone work.
Yeah, I know. You're panicking now, right? Because you want to call her and tell her, don't listen to KCOW. All right. I'm sorry, Michael. Anyway, tell us about. We'll move on from this terrible skit. Okay, before we move on from this, I do have to ask you, what do you think is the bigger scandal? You saying terrible things about Texans, or are you getting thrown out of the DEF CON show under the influence of Jeff Scumpy Lorenz, that Trump supporting satanic music playing guy?
I thought we already clarified that a couple weeks ago. Jeez.
Oh, that's true. We did clear the air on that. So that would mean this is the bigger scandal because the other one's been dealt with. This is probably your meme calling. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, guys. How are you?
That sounds like our friend Paul Cormier.
Well, yes, it is.
Hi, Paulie C.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's Mikey Martineau, isn't it?
He's a bit flustered at the moment. I don't know if you heard what he said. It was terribly offensive.
What did he say?
Hi, I'm not repeating it on the air.
Me either.
Oh my goodness, no. No.
Wow.
No. How are you,
Must
Paul?
have been very offensive.
You ever say anything on the air that you later regretted?
Of course.
Yes. But you know better to repeat them a second time, obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I said many things on the air that I regret. It's called Retro Spectrum Radio.
Oh, yes. There were a few of those moments.
What do we do that for 6 months? I got 6 months of audio footage that I regret saying on the air.
6 months of regret. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well.
No, we had fun doing that.
We did.
Not 6 months of regret.
We did. No, I know. It was a lot of fun. Yes.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Who I just turned on the radio as I do every day at about 5:37 or so.
Yes.
And who else you got there besides Mikey Martineau?
It's just me and Mikey.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
just us
Sounds
guys.
like you had a whole party going on in there. I turned the radio on. It sounded like there was a whole bunch of fun going on in there. But you guys are, you two are partying yourselves, I guess.
Thank you. Well, we did get a call earlier from Dr. Jeff Cassell.
Right?
So he
And then
called us.
EZG as well. We got a call from me.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I forget about EZG. Well, he kind of brought us down a little bit. That's okay.
Did he?
Well, he told us, about what the Tibbetts clan having a death. So that was sad.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Tibbetts came on the morning show this morning and announced it with us, and
Yes.
that was a surprise. We weren't even expecting him to walk through the door. So.
Oh, you didn't even know he was in the area? Because
No.
Oh wow.
Peter was all flustered too. Peter didn't know that he was going to walk in either. So
Yeah.
and all of a sudden there he was, and he was his chipper self, but he did bear that bad news about his mom passing away.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's too bad.
And much condolences to T and his wonderful brother Gary, who used to be a Manchester police officer,
Yeah.
who also lives in Florida now. So
Yeah. Yeah. Now they're just up here visiting, right? They didn't move back up, right?
no, yeah, they're just here visiting.
Because Eric sounded a little
hopefully-
confused.
Hopefully they'll be here for the holidays. But
Yeah.
he mentioned this morning that Gary was up here visiting as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, all right. Gary and
But
Val is his wife, right?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying Val is his wife, right?
Yes,
And
I believe so. Yeah.
And she's the one who does the good morning, Peter, right? That's Val?
Yes, that's Gary's wife. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay. Gotcha.
I can do it just as good as Val, actually.
Can
you ready
you?
for this?
I'm ready. Don't make it too sexy, though.
Good morning, Peter. How's that?
That's pretty good. I'm secure enough in my
Thank you.
masculinity to say that was pretty sexy. What do you think,
All
Michael
right, now
Martineau?
here's my impression of Gene Simmons doing Val. All right, ready?
Oh, my. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, Peter.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. I don't know how to feel about that or what to make of it.
Hold on, let me try to do that one again. Good morning, Peter. How's that?
That's hot. That's hot stuff.
Hey, listen, on a lighter note, the thing we were talking about the other night, Friday, about having an arcade date with one of the fans, actually happened.
Oh, it did.
Yeah. And
It did.
Ed Murphy told me about it when we were partying on Saturday night, it happened earlier on Saturday. I missed you.
When you were partying?
Yeah, at Panucci's.
Yes.
Why do I feel there's another
Yes.
scandal here?
No. There should be emo. Yeah, I won't say.
Right.
Yes, it was 80s night at Panucci's on Saturday night.
Yeah, Radio
and,
Star.
That's where I think, is that where you were partying, Mike?
Yep, with Ed Murphy and Al.
When you were partying, were you getting it in? I think that's what the young people say now. They talk about getting it in.
One woman approached me and we danced, and I didn't even completely know about.
But were you getting it in?
I didn't get that far, but we didn't get that far, but it was a fun time.
You were almost getting it in, is what you're saying, Michael Martineau.
Almost, and she was twice as old as me.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with an older woman.
Just remember to pull it out if you get it in.
Oh my goodness, Paul Cormier! You took it in I can't believe you would say that. My goodness. Well,
it's true. You don't want any little Mikey Martineaus running around unplanned, dude.
I agree with that policy.
right.
Especially conceiving on the dance floor at Panucci's, if you know what I mean.
That'd make a great story though for the kids and the grandkids and future generations. Right. How that occurred. Well, then again, if she's twice if this woman is twice Mr. Martineau's age, that might not even be plausible.
Oh, so Mikey's mixing it up with the older ladies these days.
He's just like Christian Lacoste. He likes a cougar. You like the Cougars, Mikey?
Apparently I do.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
Absolutely
with that.
not.
Nothing wrong with that. Wow.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Amy Hazard King is in the Facebook live chat. She says, and it was a great time, Paul. We also helped park a car. Ha. What does that mean? Is this a scandal?
Yes.
All these scandals.
Oh, no. Amy and I were walking down Elm Street. Actually, we had just parked on Elm Street, parallel, right in front of the Pint.
Yes.
And while we were sitting there, 1 minute had passed, and somebody had pulled out ahead of us, left their parking spot, and a car full of young ladies pulled up to attempt to parallel park in the spot that was now open in front of us. And we watched them like a train wreck or a fire out of control for 5 minutes trying to parallel park this car. And it was the funniest thing on the planet. I mean, I could sit here and try to describe this to you, but it would be ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous thing I had ever witnessed in my life, watching these people try to, and then halfway through this car, by the time that the first person in the car decided to bail out of trying to parallel park, their car was already horizontal on Elm Street.
Wow.
If you could picture that. So they swapped seats. They did musical chairs in the car where the passenger now jumped out of the car and took the driver's seat, and she tried parking the car. And she couldn't do it either. So by this time, Amy and I wanted to go to the arcade. You know, I was jonesing for some Dig Dug and some Space Invaders and everything else. So we got out of the car, and as we were walking by these ladies who were still trying to parallel park their car, 5 minutes now, Amy just looked over to them and said, "Do you need some help?" And they said yes. So Amy climbed in the car and parallel parked their car in under 10 seconds.
Wow, no kidding.
Yes.
That's impressive. I do have some empathy, though, for those young ladies because I also am terrible at parallel parking. I suspect it might be genetic because so is my mother. When I was growing up, my mother always said that had she had to parallel park during her driving test, she never would have been able to get her license. And I, too, struggle with it. In fact, I am the innovator of the 28-point turn. I don't know if you knew that about me, Paul Cormier.
Really? I was wondering who invented that.
That is me. That was me. What? You cut out there, Paul.
I said fantastic.
Yes. All I heard was and then nothing. Yes.
I said I'm a big fan.
Oh,
anyway, listen, I just wanted to let you know that the date went through without a hitch. I pulled it off. I got in. Is that the phrase? I went in.
You got it in. That's what the young people say now. You were getting it in.
I was getting it in right there at the arcade.
Wow. Oh, all right.
Yeah. I bought her $5 worth of tokens, and I was in like Flynn.
Wow. Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah. She even let me hold her hand, fellas.
Wow.
Good for you, Paulie C. Good for you.
Very romantic. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Well,
so don't mess around with me.
That's
right.
That's right. All right, Paul Cormier. Well, we got to start to wrap up. Kyle Heavey's going to be up at 6 with Off the Mark Sports, but appreciate the call, my friend, and glad things went well the other night.
Love Kyle Heavey.
Yes.
Don't love sports, but I love Kyle Heavey. He's a great guy.
He's in the room, but he doesn't have headphones on, so he can't hear you, but I'll pass that along. Oh, wait, say that again.
Tell him.
He's putting his head.
I love Kyle Heavey. I love Kyle Heavey. Don't love sports, but I love Kyle Heavey.
Well, I appreciate the love there, buddy. I appreciate that a lot.
There you go.
You are the man. You are the man, Kyle.
I can only do my best, but that's all you can ask for, right?
That's right, my man. That's right.
Very nice.
All right, my friend. I will let all of you go back to the fun and hijinks. Matt, you have the absolute greatest afternoon drive radio show.
Thank
and
you.
let's just leave it at that.
Thank
okay?
you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Paul. All right, bye-bye.